The truth you were never meant to hear. You're not broke because you're lazy. You're broke because the truth about money was kept from you. Let that hit you. Let it stir something inside. Because this, right here, right now, is where your real journey begins. Not with a better job, not with a lucky break, but with truth. Raw, honest, liberating truth that could have changed your life years ago, but no one dared to teach you. You've been lied to your whole life. From the time you were a child, you were conditioned to believe that wealth was for other people, not for kids like you, not for families like yours. They told you to play it safe, go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, work hard, retire at 65. Let me ask you this. How many millionaires do you know who followed that plan? And how many broke people do you know who did exactly that and still ended up with nothing? The truth is brutal, but necessary. That wasn't a roadmap to success. It was a script for survival. And survival is not the same as wealth. The hidden truth about money. Here's the truth they hid from you. Money isn't about how much you make. It's about how you think. You don't need a six-figure salary to become rich. You need a six-figure mindset. Wealth is not built on income. It's built on perspective, discipline, belief, and behavior. The pain they don't talk about. Let's stop sugarcoating it. Being broke is soul-crushing. You wake up with anxiety as your morning alarm. You pray something in your bank account magically changed overnight. You flinch when bills come. You decline plans with friends, not because you're busy, but because you can't afford it. And slowly, quietly, shame creeps in. The world keeps moving forward, and you feel stuck, sinking into an invisible quicksand made of fear, doubt, and scarcity. You begin to whisper lies to yourself. Maybe I'm not meant to be rich. Maybe wealth is for someone else. Maybe this is all life has to offer. But here's the truth. That mindset is the true poverty, and it's the first thing you must break. The turning point, from victim to visionary. Let me say something that might change your life. Being broke is a situation. Staying broke is a decision. No one is coming to rescue you. Not the government, not your boss, not even the economy. And that is incredible news, because it means the power is in your hands. Right now, even with nothing in your pocket, you already have everything it takes to rise. You don't need to wait until you have more. You need to think like the person who already knows they're on their way to wealth. Stop thinking like the broke. This might sting, but it's necessary. If you want to stop being broke, you have to stop thinking like the broke. Because broke thinking sounds like this. I can't afford it. That's too risky. I'll start when I have more money. I don't have the time. That's survival language. And survival mode kills success. Millionaires ask different questions. They don't say, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "How can I afford this?" They don't wait for perfect conditions. They create opportunities in imperfect situations. That's the shift. That's the edge. What they never taught you in school failed you. It didn't teach you wealth. It taught you obedience. Here's what you should have learned. Money is a skill, not a secret. Wealth is built, not inherited. Over 70% of millionaires in the US are self-made. They didn't come from wealth, they created it. The rich invest in assets. The poor buy liabilities that look rich. Your income will never outgrow your mindset. If you believe you're only worth $15 an hour, you'll unconsciously reject every opportunity to earn more. This is the truth they never taught you, because if you knew it, you'd be powerful, and powerful people are hard to control. Start with radical honesty. So here's your first assignment. Get brutally honest about your money. Write it down. Every dollar in, every dollar out. No hiding, no shame, just truth. Why? Because what you track, you can transform. Then ask yourself the question that may haunt you. If I keep doing what I'm doing right now, where will I be in 5 years? If the answer scares you, good. That fear is fire. Use it. Let it burn through every lie, every limitation, every excuse that's kept you small. Let it push you toward action. Now, your journey starts here. This isn't a video filled with fluff or fantasy. This is a mirror. And right now you're looking at the person who can change everything. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Because this isn't about motivation. It's about transformation. This is the truth they don't teach you in school, in jobs, or on the news. But this truth, this is your freedom. Say this out loud. I am not broke. I am rebuilding. I am not behind. I'm just getting started. I am not waiting. I'm walking into my wealth. Let it hit your heart. Say it again. Say it until it's no longer a mantra, but a mindset. What's coming next? In the next part, we'll dive into the millionaire blueprint. Not theory, but the exact mental shifts, actions, and habits that build wealth from nothing. You'll see why it's not about luck. It's not about being born into the right family. It's about how you see the world and how you choose to rise. Save this video, re-watch it when you're tired, lost, or doubting. Let it be your reminder that you were never meant to stay broke. You were meant to build something extraordinary. And now, it begins. Part 2. The Millionaire Mindset. It was never about luck. You don't become rich by accident. You become rich by intention. If part 1 woke you up, this part will wake up the person you were meant to become. Let's cut to the truth. Being broke is a financial condition. But staying broke? That's a mindset, a mental prison, a silent agreement you didn't know you signed. And the moment you realize that, you start breaking the chains. The lie of luck, the crutch of excuses. People love to point at success and call it luck. That guy got lucky. She had connections. They started with money. But that's not just a lie. It's a dangerous permission slip to quit. Because when you call success luck, you quietly let yourself off the hook. You whisper, "It won't work for me." And the world nods back in agreement, but it's lying to you. The truth? Most millionaires weren't born with an inheritance. They were born with a decision. A decision to think differently. To act intentionally. To believe when no one else did. Not luck. Ownership. And if they did it, so can you. The mind of a millionaire. A quiet revolution. Here's how millionaires see the world. Money is everywhere. I just need to align with it. Every setback is preparing me for the next level. No one is coming to rescue me, and that's the best part. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait to feel ready. They act, they fail, they learn, they evolve. Again and again. They treat failure as feedback. They view pain as tuition. They don't lose, they leverage. And when everyone else is reacting emotionally, they're planning strategically. This isn't a fantasy. It's a blueprint, hidden in plain sight. Your brain is working against you until you rewire it. Your brain is not built for success. It's built for safety. When you dream big, your brain says, "Whoa, too risky. Too much uncertainty. Let's just stay here where it's familiar." And that voice? It's not the voice of truth. It's the echo of survival programming. But here's the magic. Programming can be rewritten. Beliefs can be rebuilt. Neural pathways can be reshaped with repetition, discipline, and a clear decision to evolve. Millionaires aren't mentally superior, they're just more intentional about what they feed their minds. A story that stays with you. There was a man who once slept in his car. He was 27, no degree, no savings, no one believing in him. But he made a vow in that car, I will not die broke. Instead of listening to broke friends, he filled his mind with audiobooks and mentors. Every dollar he earned, he invested in growth, not gadgets. He gave up temporary pleasure for long-term peace. He stopped trying to impress and started trying to build. 5 years later, he made his first million. Now he teaches thousands to do the same. Luck? No. That was radical clarity, repeated daily. You're standing at the door. Will you walk through it? Let's stop pretending someone else is keeping you broke. It's not the system. It's not the economy. It's not your past. It's your mindset. The way you think about money, risk, and worth is the blueprint that's shaping your reality. So here's your real challenge. Audit your beliefs. Ask yourself, what do I believe about wealth? Where did that belief come from? Is it serving me or silently sabotaging me? Because your mind is the factory and your life is just the product. Change who you're becoming, not just what you're doing. Millionaires don't become who they are by chasing money. They become wealthy by becoming the person who attracts it. They shift from consuming to creating, reacting to planning, doubting to deciding, excusing to executing. The focus isn't, what can I get? It's, who must I become to handle wealth wisely? That's where transformation begins. Not in strategy, in identity. The daily mental habits of the wealthy. Want to rewire your mind for wealth? Start with these daily non-negotiables. Gratitude before goals. They don't chase out of lack. They attract from abundance. Mental nutrition. Books, podcasts, mentors. Every day. No excuses. Morning rituals. They don't find time. They make time, and they protect it. Value creation. They ask, whose problem can I solve today? Extreme ownership. No blame, no victimhood, just full responsibility for their outcomes. Pick one. Do it every day for 30 days. Watch your focus sharpen. Watch new doors open. Watch old patterns break. Because wealth begins on the inside, long before it shows up in your account. Say this until you become it. I am not too late. I am not broken. I am not meant for average. I was born to rewrite the story. And every day you repeat that, you're planting seeds that will one day grow into freedom. Part 3. Escaping the broke cycle. Rewiring your financial identity. The broke cycle isn't just about money. It's not just in your wallet. It's in your emotions, your habits, your identity. It's a pattern. Psychological, emotional, generational. And unless you change the story inside your head, you'll keep reliving the same struggle year after year, decade after decade. Let's be brutally honest. You don't just want more money, you want peace when you sleep at night. You want to stop feeling ashamed when you can't say yes. You want to stop shrinking when others succeed. You want to finally breathe, finally feel like you're free. That desire doesn't come from your job. It comes from the part of you that's tired of being trapped in a story you never chose, but somehow started believing. And until that story changes, nothing else will. You don't have a money problem. You have a pattern problem. Most people walk around believing they have a money problem, but money is just the surface. The real issue is the script running in your subconscious. You've probably heard these lines before, not from others, but from yourself. I'll always be behind. I'm just not good with money. I'm not that kind of person. If I ever get more, I'll probably just lose it again. You didn't write those lines. You absorbed them from your parents, from a system that was never designed to create freedom, from environments that normalized struggle, from schools that never taught you the rules of the game. And now those beliefs have become invisible chains. Every time you say, "I'll wait," or "It's not the right time," or "I just don't have what it takes," you're not making a decision. You're following old programming. To break the broke cycle, you don't need a new paycheck. You need a new identity. Identity, the operating system. You forgot you were running. No one teaches you this, but your identity always wins over your goals.
You can set ambitious goals all day long, but if you still see yourself as the struggler, the underdog, the one who never quite makes it, then every dollar you earn will eventually find a way to disappear. That's not bad luck. That's your internal world, pulling your reality back to what it knows best: survival. This is why lottery winners lose everything. They were handed external wealth, but nothing inside them had shifted. Money without identity alignment is temporary. You will always sabotage what you don't believe you deserve. So let me ask you something that might sting. What version of yourself are you still loyal to, even though it's killing your future? Breaking loyalty to the old. You're not just stuck in struggle. You're loyal to it. You're loyal to being the survivor, the fighter, the humble one who doesn't need wealth, the one who always says, "I'm trying my best," even when you're secretly stuck. And why do we stay loyal to that identity?
Because it's safe. Because it gives us something to blame. Because it allows us to delay change. Because walking away from who you were means facing the unknown of who you could become. But here's the cost. The price of your next level is the comfort of your current one. You cannot create a new life while emotionally clinging to the version of you who's afraid of more. That version got you here, but it cannot take you there. It's time to thank it and leave it behind. Rewiring your identity, one brick at a time. A new identity isn't built in one leap. It's built like a wall, brick by brick, choice by choice. Here's how it begins. Change your inputs, what you watch, what you read, who you follow, who you surround yourself with. Your mind is a garden, and every word, video, podcast, or conversation is a seed. If you keep planting fear, lack, and distraction, don't be surprised when doubt is all that grows. Challenge your inner dialogue. Every time you hear yourself say, "I can't," ask yourself, "What if I could?" Every time you say, "I'm not ready," answer back, "I'll figure it out." Create your future self now. Write down who you'd be if you were already wealthy. How would you speak, walk, choose, think? Then every day, become 1% more like that person. Not in fantasy, in habits. Stack micro wins. We don't change identity with massive moves. We change through small, powerful acts that confirm, "This is who I am now." Save $10? That's proof you're a builder. Said no to emotional spending? That's discipline. Read 10 pages of a finance book? You're feeding the new you. Each of these moments is a vote for the person you're becoming. Your environment is your mirror. Here's a hard truth. You cannot evolve in an environment designed to keep you average. Look around. Are you surrounded by broke mindsets? Are your group chats filled with gossip, not growth? Does your feed feed your goals or your fears? If your environment is normalizing struggle, you'll never normalize success. So upgrade it. Follow those who challenge your thinking. Watch videos that stretch your belief system. Hang out where growth is the norm, not the exception. Because identity is contagious. You don't just become what you think, you become what you're around. Repeat these words daily until they feel like home. I am no longer available for broke thinking. I am building wealth with clarity, purpose, and power. I think like a millionaire because I'm becoming one. I am not my past. I am my potential. This isn't hype. This is a new operating system. This part of the video isn't about feeling pumped for 10 minutes. It's about laying down new mental code. One thought, one belief, one habit at a time. You don't have to become someone else. You just have to become the version of you that the world buried under fear, noise, and limitations. That version, the one that leads, builds, creates, and heals, is already in you. And the world doesn't need more broke thinkers. It needs you, the real you, to rise. Part 4. The habits that keep you poor and how to break them. You don't decide your future. You decide your habits. And your habits decide your future. It's a brutal truth, but it's the one that separates the stuck from the self-made. Most people think they're broke because they don't earn enough. But the truth is more uncomfortable. You're not poor because of your paycheck. You're poor because of your patterns. You can make more money and still feel stuck. You can land a new job, start a side hustle, get a raise, and still be gasping for financial air. Why? Because if your habits are rooted in lack, no amount of income will ever satisfy. It's like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. Today, we plug those holes. We expose the habits silently stealing your wealth, and we replace them, one powerful shift at a time. 7. Silent habits that are keeping you poor. This won't be easy to hear, but transformation never is. And if it stings, it's working. The truth doesn't wound you, it wakes you up. 1. Living for instant gratification. You want it now. That new phone, that delivery order, that night out. You tell yourself, I deserve it. But here's the cost. You trade long-term freedom for short-term pleasure. Millionaires delay gratification. Broke thinkers chase dopamine and call it self-care. Learn to say no to now so you can say yes to forever. 2. Not tracking your money. If you don't know where your money is going, you're not managing your life. You're just reacting to it. Every dollar should have a job. If you don't assign it, it disappears. It's not the $5 coffee. It's the 1,000 small blind spots bleeding your potential dry. Wealth isn't about being cheap. It's about being conscious. 3. Spending to impress others. The fastest way to stay poor is to try looking rich. You buy the image. They keep the reality. The rich buy assets. The broke buy validation. Let go of the need to look successful, and you'll finally have the space to become it.
4. Surrounding yourself with broke-minded people. Your circle is your ceiling. If your closest friends are always negative, broke, or aimless, guess where you're headed? We adapt to our environment. If your environment celebrates comfort, mediocrity, and excuses, you'll do the same. Change your room, change your life. 5. Avoiding financial truths. You say you want wealth, but you avoid checking your credit score, looking at your bank statements, facing your debt. Avoidance is emotional bankruptcy. Wealth requires radical self-honesty. Look at the numbers, track the patterns, own the truth, then build something new from it. 6. Thinking like a consumer instead of a creator. You scroll, you binge, you escape. But what are you building? Broke habits say, how can I be entertained? Wealth habits say, how can I create value? You're watching creators make millions while you sit in silence. It's time to switch seats. 7. Saying I can't instead of how can I? Every time you say, I can't afford it, your brain shuts down. But when you ask, how can I afford it? Your mind wakes up. It starts solving, creating, strategizing. Millionaires don't have more talent. They ask better questions. and better questions build better lives. How to replace broke habits with wealth habits. Now that we've exposed the traps, let's build your escape plan. Here's how to install millionaire habits, even if you're starting from rock bottom. 1. Build a daily wealth ritual. Just 15 to 30 minutes, every single day. Read 10 pages of a money book. Listen to a podcast on finance or business. Track your income and expenses. Write down one goal that moves you closer. Visualize your future self and act like them. This isn't just a routine, it's rewiring. 2. Start your freedom fund. Even with $1, it's not about the amount, it's about the identity. When you save $1, your brain hears, I build wealth. When you save $5, it whispers, I'm planning for freedom. Protect that account. It's your seed. Water it. 3. Create before you consume. Before you scroll, create. Before you binge, build. Before you relax, contribute something that moves you forward. This one habit alone shifts you from passive to powerful, and powerful people attract prosperity. 4. Surround yourself with wealth energy. Your energy rises or falls based on what you consume. Follow creators who normalize abundance. Join online groups for financial growth. Watch videos that stretch your mindset, because when wealth becomes familiar, it becomes attainable. 5. Automate your good habits. Don't rely on willpower. Build systems. Auto transfer to savings. Schedule reminders for financial check-ins. Block distracting apps after a set time. Make wealth building effortless. Make broke habits inconvenient. That's how real transformation sticks. Do this one thing tonight. Grab a notebook. Write down the top 3 broke habits holding you back.
Then, right next to each one, write a tiny, doable replacement. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start steering the ship. Because even a 1-degree shift, if repeated daily, will take you to a completely different destination. Say this out loud. I am not a prisoner of my past. I am building habits that build my future. My behavior creates my wealth, and I control both. This is not about someday. This is who I am now. Coming up next. In the next part, we go even deeper. You'll uncover the inner blocks, the invisible scripts, and the emotional baggage that keep people from building wealth, even when they know what to do. And you'll learn how to remove those blocks permanently, so nothing stands between you and the future you were born to create. This is the part that changes lives. Don't miss it.